You emerge from the dark tunnels, and the claustrophobia is immediately replaced with vertigo. You are in a fort within a gigantic cavern. The stone ceiling arcs hundreds of feet over your head. As your eyesight adjusts, you look around at the world of Avernum for the first time. You are inside what looks like some sort of fort. It is made of huge blocks of stone, roughly mortared together. Wood must be rare down here. Only the doors are made of it. There are a few odd trees nearby, more fungus than wood. Then, when you're all at the strange sight phase, you notice the warriors. They stand around the lip of the pit you are in, weapons drawn. Some of them have bows pointed at you, ready to fire. As you prepare to defend yourself, a man comes running towards the lip of the pit from the south. Stop! Stop! He shouts. Don't fire! Let me talk! A small man runs towards you, waving his arms. His skin is incredibly pale in the strange light from the fungal ceiling. When he reaches you, he stops and bends over, hands on his knees, breathing heavily. When he regains his breath, he says, Don't attack! I am Andrew, the greeter. We are Avernites. We're here to welcome and help you. Why weren't you there when I arrived? There were difficulties. Not all who arrive are peaceful. One such thug stole a key and locked the gates to the rival caves. We were preparing to break in and retake the tunnels when the gates opened from within. A thug named Lagrange just came out this way. Did you catch him? Andrew looks embarrassed. We tried. When he ran out, his face was covered. By the time we were sure he was the killer and not an innocent rival, he had already fled. I was the one who defeated him. Andrew takes a step back and inspects you. You have the look of a warrior with some potential. It is good. With all of the forces that threatens us, Avernum needs warriors like you. And you just let him escape? Andrew frowns. And if we let our arrows fly without being sure, you would have us kill an innocent by mistake? No, this is Avernum. There is no escape for any of us. He will be found. Do not worry. But that is a worry for another day. You are here. I have something to say to you. Yes? As Andrew speaks, the guards nearby watch solemnly. Each of them went through the same ceremony, the beginning of a new life. Andrew says, On behalf of Avernum, I welcome you to your new home, here in the darkness. Our lot is hard, but we are free of the crushing hands of the Empire. We offer you peace and aid, as long as you aid us in return. He smiles weakly. That is all. We have some aid for you. Then you can go out and start your new life. You called yourself the greeter? It is my task. I wait for new arrivals, such as yourselves, and welcome them. He bows. Welcome to Avernum. Tell me more about Avernum. Avernum is what we call this place. Countless miles of tunnels, caverns, and icy subterranean rivers. It is your new home. He smiles sadly. Avernum? What does that word mean? In ancient times, Avernum was one of the names for the underworld. It was the place where souls were sent to be judged when their lives were over. Appropriate, yes? Why are you welcoming me? It's my job. I'm here to ease the considerable shock of being cast into the underworld. Of course. So, welcome to the underworld. He pauses to think. Also, I'm here to say where you can get information about Avernum and supplies. I have another question. Andrew nods to you. Is there any other way I can help you settle in? He waits to see if you have any more questions. How can you help me? We can provide two things for you here: supplies and information. Once you know where you can go and have a few coins to get yourself established, we send you on your way. Information is always useful. Thao is the town's sage. He lives and works in the building, just a little bit to the southwest. He's a bit glum, but he does his job well. He will answer your questions as best as he can. Of course, you should get supplies first. I can get supplies. To prevent certain problems, new arrivals are sent to Thor to get modest supplies to support themselves until they find work. He's in the building to the south. We found doing otherwise results in desperate, dangerous, and violent new citizens. This way, you have a fair chance. What you do with it when you leave here is your business. Can't I just stay here? That is a common question. I'm afraid not. This fort is small, and we already have all of the defenders we need. The rest of Avernum needs you. I have another question. Can I return to the surface? A common question. No. I would abandon any hope of ever seeing the sun again. The sooner you give up on that, the sooner you can begin to make a new life here. Alright, I will try to settle in. Andrew nods. I am pleased to hear it. Life here is hard, but it has its own rewards and moments of beauty. Help us, and we will help you. Do you need anything else? That's all for now. Thanks. There are guards watching the entrance to the rival caves, ready to stop anyone dangerous or violent who might emerge. Alas, as you have seen, this system is not as secure as it could be. There's an Avernite wandering around the streets of the fort, looking for new arrivals. He wears a black jerkin of thick lizard hide, and a bow of black wood hangs from his shoulder. The moment he sees you, he almost rushes to greet you. Welcome to Avernum, he says. I am Varen. You look newly arrived and, if you don't mind me saying, a bit aimless. I have an opportunity for you. Who are you looking for? People like you, people with talents, skills with a blade or with magic. The sort of people who could help Avernum. Help Avernum to what? Varen looks grim. To survive, our battles are, whether you like it or not. Your battles. Your aid may be the thing that tilts the balance in the favor of every human in the underworld. What is this opportunity? The opportunity to fight for Avernum, so that we can all survive. And in return, you can gain what little renown and comfort as is available in this dark place. Tell me more. He nods. A wise choice. You should go to Silva, west of here, and meet the mayor. I have been sent to recruit people like you, and I think you will find the work to your liking. That is all. I will leave you to regain your bearings. He nods and walks off, looking for other potential recruits. There are guards watching the entrance to the rival gates, ready to stop anyone dangerous or violent who might emerge. Alas, as you have seen, the system is not as secure as it could be. You see a quiet, frail woman. She's picking mushrooms. They are big, bloated, brown things, different from any such fungus you ever saw on the surface. When she notices that you're watching her, she blushes and stares into her basket. Greetings, she says in a quiet voice. I am Diane. Those are big mushrooms. Aren't they? Lovely things, though the taste is bitter. They're most of what we eat down here, and drink, and what we feed our livestock. Didn't grow on the surface? No, the wizards of the Tower of Magic created them, using ordinary mushrooms and powerful magic. We depend on them. Without them, we could not live down here. I have another question. What do you do here? I came here with Thor, my husband. Now that I am here, I help as best as I can. By cooking, mainly. You're the cook? Well, a couple times a week I cook meals for everyone here. I'm actually a very good musician, and I sing. But there's not much call for that around the fort. Oh well, we won't be here forever. Could you sing something for me? She sings a song for you, which you've never heard before. It is long and sad, about life in caves and missing the sun above. She has a beautiful voice. That's all for now, thanks. You meet a powerfully built woman. She wears chainmail with the sun insignia painted on the chest. It is faded and chipped, but still visible. Her reddish cheek contrasts strongly with the paleness of the rest of her skin. She sizes you up and nods slightly. Heard you've been fighting from the moment you got here. You didn't just curl up and die. I approve. She shakes your hand. I am Acacia. Are you a soldier here? Yes, I'm the guard captain for the barracks here at Fort Avernum. We got a bunch of good men here. And when the Nephilim come for us, we'll give them a good run. We work best on defense. Why are the Nephilim attacking you? They were thrown down here by the Empire, just like us, and they've always hated humans. We haven't attacked anybody. We just want some caves to call our own. Not good enough for our foes. They won't rest until every human is on their dinner plates. Tell me about this fort. It's one of the most important places in the whole underworld. For us, I mean. If the Nephilim take Fort Avernum, arriving humans fall into their hands, and then... She draws her thumb across her neck and makes a charming noise. What is that design on your armor? You point out the insignia. It's a crude drawing of the sun. This is our symbol, the seal of Avernum. It reminds us of where we came from and where we hope to return to. Any advice on where I should go? Anywhere. Wherever you go, there will be someone trying to take our land or find a tasty human to eat. The most warriors who arrive here head west to Silver first. The mayor there has a soft spot for new arrivals. Of course, some people want to find a way to escape the underworld. Fools, if you ask me. We had one of them through just a few weeks ago. Tell me more. Well, I met him. Someone tried to use one of those strange blue crystals to make a portal to the surface. It was a mad idea, and it wouldn't work. We made the fool leave before he gave any of the new exile ideas. What was his name? Oh, I can't remember. He said he was heading up to Formello, though. They are welcome to him. People who trifle with unknown magics are dangerous to everyone around them. What strange blue crystals? When the first people arrived in Avernum, they found a few of these bizarre crystals. When you looked into them, they talked to you, spoke in your mind. Most of them are lost, but there are still a few around if you look hard. Some of them even teach interesting things when they don't drive you mad. That's all for now, thanks. There's a tall man sitting behind the counter, wearing bronze armor. Behind him is a large rack of crude stone and bronze weapons. He recognizes you as a new arrival in an instant.
Don't recognize you, and I recognize everyone. You must be new.
He rises and shakes your hand. You can see how desperately pale years down here have made him.
I am Thor. I'm here to give you some supplies before you go on your way.
What do you do here?
Well, sometimes I maintain the weapons of the guards. Sometimes I guard travelers going to Silver. But I spend most of my time giving supplies to newcomers.
What is Silver?
Silver is the closest town to the west. A very good place to find work, if you need it. You should ask Thao about it. His office is next building to the south.
Do the weapons need lots of maintenance? He looks back at them with disdain.
Pretty crude to work, huh? Good metal's rare down here. Tools to work it rarer still. And enchanted items? Good luck finding them.
Magical items? They can be found?
Sometimes. Some are made at the Tower of Magi. Also, when Avernum was first discovered, the Empire sent many explorers down here. A lot of them were killed, but the equipment remains. Such items are rare and valuable and precious, though I wouldn't go hunting them. Better to live a peaceful life in one of the forts, I think.
I have another question. Can I have some supplies? Thor nods, makes some notes on a scroll made of crude parchment, and hands you a pouch, some dried meat, and a loaf of appealing, slightly grey bread.
This is the starting allowance all new arrivals are given, to help them get established. We want you to become productive citizens of Avernum as soon as possible. Good luck to you.
Where do you get the supplies you give out?
Some are sent here by the army, others are sent by the Empire. Sometimes they give us weapons and food and other things. We find them in the arrival caves with the new exiles.
Briseis watches you closely. Her spear is always in her hands. What else do you need of us? I hope you have not joined those thugs. Lagren is gone. You can escape now. She is so relieved that, for a moment, you think she might break into tears. But then she starts nudging the others with her shoe. Come on, let's escape while we can. As they rise, she turns to you. I thank you. This has been a rough arrival, but perhaps things will improve. She thinks. But I doubt it. Then she turns and begins to escort the others toward the exit. You see a worn and scarred middle-aged man. He has the thin, washed-out look you already associate with many years in Avernum. You hope your time here is kinder to you. He carries a potted plant and a shovel. He nods to you and sets down the pot for a moment. I'm Dumba, he says. Welcome. What's your job? I'm the groundskeeper and gardener and fix-it man. I like gardening best, but I do what they need. Tell me about the plants. Well, we've bred some pretty weird plants down here. All sorts of mushrooms for food and fodder. Those weird twisted trees give what little wood we have, and so on. Mages make the plants. I grow them. You eat the mushrooms? Yes, and not much else. You'll get sick of them before too long. But they are food, and that's what counts. How do trees grow down here? Amazing, aren't they? The roots dig into the rock and the leaves absorb moisture from the air. They get light from the fungus above. I can't figure out how the scrawny things stay alive, but they do. I've never heard of trees like these. That's because they were created down here by the wizards. They live in a tower to the south or something. All the wizards go there. They do all the standard weird stuff with demons and such. But they make plants too. Without them, we'd all be dead. I have another question. We walk around with Dunbar as he tends to the fort. Sometimes he repairs the walls, and sometimes he tends to the small fungal gardens. How long have you been down here? Hard to tell. Tough to keep track of years without being able to see the sun. Sometimes they say what year it is, but I don't see why I should believe them. They can't see the sun any more than I can. But a long time? Yes, a long time. Building, fighting, tending to my garden. He looks down at a vicious scar on his arm. Like the gardening best. That's all for now, thanks. You see a slender, worried-looking man, wearing the robes of a mage. Somehow, despite the crude surroundings, he is impeccably dressed. He sits behind a desk laden with books and scrolls. When you enter, he lets out a world-weary sigh. Ah, another arrival. Another unfortunate. I am Thou, and I can give you information you can use to settle into life here. Alas, the news is all bad. You can tell me about Avernum? He grimaces. I'm here to help you, even if the help causes great pain. Help me? Well, every day or so our benevolent overlords above hurl a few more souls into this hellish cesspit. Then they come to me, and I tell them just how bad things are here. He chuckles dryly. Normally I'd be cheery, but today I'm just not in the mood. Anyway, I'm here to give information. I have another question. Theo looks up from behind the desk and grimaces. You want to know more? I will tell you what I can, but learning more about Avernum only leads to despair. You give information? Yes, for example, on our lovely neighbors, the Nephilim and the Slizerikar, or on your chances for escape, or on how you get supplies, or on the local politics. The Nephilim you've heard of, there are many of them on the surface. However, until you arrived in Avernum, you had never heard of the Slizerikai. What are the Slizerikai? Lizardmen only live below ground, intelligent, powerful fighters, very magically talented. We've been at war with them for years, and lately things have been at a stalemate. They live to the west. Who runs things down here? Each town has a mayor. The mayor's former council. The council co-rules with King Mika, lord of our homey little pit. Mika lives in the great cave. To get there, go a ways south and a ways west. By the way, the council meets in the castle. It's a place you should know about. What is the castle? It's our pride and joy. We built a real castle of rocks, crude magic, and spit. King Mika lives there, orchestrating our desperate defenses. You should see it. It's reasonably impressive. It's in the great cave to the southwest. I have another question. Where should I go? I hear you can fight. Avernum needs that, to delay the inevitable. There are 2 settlements near here. Tell me more. Duvno is to the north. It's a farming community, ravaged by Nephilim raids. You'd have better luck at Silver, to the west. It's the largest settlement nearby, and the mayor is always looking for warriors. I would go there first, I think, if I was a warrior, which happily I am not. That's all for now, thanks. This is a storeroom where the surface goods the Empire occasionally sends down through the portal are stored before they are distributed throughout Avernum. Understandably, goods from the surface are very valuable down here. You step out of Fort Avernum and get your first good look at your new home. You are at the east end of an enormous cavern, many miles across. In the dim green light, you can look out through the mist and see a huge forest of the strange fungal trees. A dark river flows by to the south, and to the west you can dimly make out the lights of a town. Although you are far underground, it's not as quiet and peaceful as you thought it would be. Sounds echo well in this cavern. You can dimly make out the hisses of lizards, flowing water, and unnervingly, The growls of distant humanoids. The journey into Avernum is about to begin. These cows have only just arrived from the surface, sent through the same portal that delivered you. They look quite displeased with their new surroundings and fodder. You wonder why the Empire is supplying Avernum with fresh livestock. Perhaps these were bad cows, naughty and rebellious, and Emperor Hawthorne's bovine agents punished their disloyalty with eternal exile. You meet a young woman with long black hair. She's sitting at a table, eating a bowl of thin lizard soup. Her skin has not yet attained the paleness of one who has spent a lot of time in Avernum. When you get close, her head jerks up. Once she has seen who you are, she returns to her soup, disappointed. Have a seat, fellow exile. I'm Warwick. We might as well regain our strength before we go out into the wilds. You seem like a recent arrival. Why were you sent down here? She looks down at the table. I have already learned that that is a rude question to ask. People are sent to Avernum because their secrets are revealed. Once here, they want them to become secrets again. She turns away. Have you arrived recently at Fort Avernum? No, I have been here for weeks, asking people if they have heard of the one who was sent down before me. Her name was Anastasia. She was sent here a few years ago, and I don't want to leave until I know where she is. I haven't met anyone named Anastasia, but I remember that you're looking for her. Thank you. I would appreciate that. Despondent, she turns back to her soup. Thanks for watching. We'll end here today.